Good afternoon and happy Thursday, everyone. It is Scott Wohlers with River Place Capital. It is Thursday, September the 24th. And wow, what a very interesting week we have seen in the markets, and wanted to take some time to kind of talk about what we've seen in the last week and then kind of peel back a little bit and look a little bit deeper into what's actually going on in the market activity. Because if you look at it at the surface level, it looks like three straight down weeks for the S&P 500, which again is the index that's comprised of the 500 largest companies in the United States. And it is the index that most investors use when they're looking at the performance of the overall stock market. So that's why we always talk about the S&P 500. So last week, the S&P 500 ended the week negative 70 basis points, or down 0.70% for the week, making it three straight weeks of losses. However, as we've talked about, we've started to see that rotation from growth to value in the stock market. And one of the very interesting things is you saw the S&P 500 down 0.7% last week, but the value sector of the S&P 500 was actually positive 58 basis points, or 0.58%. So what has caused, as you look at from time to time, as you're starting to see headlines, or if you're just looking at the market, when you see the markets negative for the day, there's actually a lot of internal stuff going on in the markets that may not be quite evident by just seeing a down day. Now, the reason that is because of the market cap weights within the S&P 500. And what, as we talked about over the summer, what really led us upward in the markets is the top five large tech names and the largest five tech names in the country really moved the indexes forward. They carry the most weight. And as we move to a rotation from growth to value, this is going to take some time. It's going to be a choppy process. But what was indicative of happening is one of two things happen. Either people stop buying those large cap growth names, or they sell those large cap growth names and then they buy the value names. Well, the latter is what we've been seeing in the market. And so even on days when the market is negative, you may actually have more stocks in the market that are actually positive for the day than are negative. And again, that's because those large five holdings, or those large five companies that have the largest impact on the market, are what's being sold off so that we can see this sector rotation. So it's very interesting what we're seeing. Now, this week has been very interesting as well. We started the week off with a pretty severe down day on Monday, and that was due to coronavirus resurgence in Europe, and cases resurging in Europe, and some potential and some more lockdown or restrictive economic conditions in Europe bled over into the United States. And then we saw a recovery on Tuesday, and then another sell off yesterday. But there are a lot of things that are facing the market, and we've talked about the volatility that was going to be there this fall. There's still the upcoming presidential election. We're in a dead period where earnings season is about a week and a half, 2 weeks away. Companies are quiet. They aren't saying much. There's not a lot of, and then markets are going to move during these times on headline and headline news, and that's what's really going to move markets up and down. And we really haven't seen any positive news on the virus front or on a stimulus front, some market catalysts that would really move us forward. So that's why we've kind of been choppy. But if you really peel back the onion and look at the layers, there's actually more stocks that are outperforming the market than are actually underperforming right now, which is a fascinating thing, and why it's always important to really know what's moving markets and what's driving things. So if you have questions about what's going on in the markets, how this impacts your individual portfolio or your strategies moving forward, feel free to give us a call at 904 346 3460. We always love hearing from you and always happy to help. Or always check us out online at www.riverplacecapital.com. I hope everybody has a wonderful rest of your week. Thanks for watching.